Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Good morning, crypto friends. How we doing out there? Happy Friday the 13th. And it is the lucky day for crypto. As you can see, Bitcoin did break out. Nice bounce off of this 50-day moving average all the way through the 26 and the 12. That's going to be the story pretty much for most of the names here. We do have some names that are standing out for today, such as Cardano, Doge, Litecoin, XLM Stellar, NuUSD, we have MKR. A lot of these are in double digits, so let's get right to it. We're looking here at the 4-hour time frame for BTC.D, aka the Bitcoin, and we are looking at support all the way up here at the 45,611.96, and we're going to be watching this resistance level. You can see this pivot high right there. So we did get up to this 46,781.09. If we can bust through there, folks, we are off to the races. We'll move the stop loss just down here beneath that 50-day moving average. Let's move on to Ethereum. ETH.USD up 6.49%. So got through our resistance we had marked for you there. Watching up, very same thing here. So we're going to be repeating this pattern throughout this stream today. Looking up at resistance at the 32.75 even, so that's a round psychological number. We'll change those coordinates real quick so we can just dial that right in. 32.75.00. There we go. And you're going to be looking for your support to lean on all the way up there, very tight at 3204.80. And let's have a look at Cardano. ADA USD made it past that $2 mark, folks. Very exciting times here. Cardano continues to lift off as they're expecting some very bullish news, I think, at the end of the month. So market is pricing that in. So you're looking all the way up at the 2.082 resistance. And let's pop into the 1-hour time frame real quick here to get you some support levels to watch out for. Looking at support to hold at the 1.9627, so basically that $2 range as we are overbought. As you see the RSI above 70. Volume is kind of tapering off, so be aware of that. We may need to come down and retest the 12 or the 26-day moving average to get some more momentum to the upside. And let's move on to Doge. The Doge finally getting up here. As you see here, I'm still active in a trade. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that to close that out, to close position. And we are out for a nice profit as we did reach our sales target here. If we zoom out, you can see we've been back in it all the way since back here. Exited about here, bought it back, and I actually had a buy limit set down here if we were to retest that 200-day moving average, which we didn't get down there, so no problem. Did not get filled. Okay. Commercial over, let's get back to it. We're looking up here at resistance now for Doge at the 0.2832 and support hanging in there. And we're on the 1-hour still. We'll dial this in for you. We're going to look at the 0.2740. Back to the 4-hour time frame. And let's move on to PolkaDot. DOGE.D is up 6.47%. Looking up support, didn't want to move that though. Here we go. Support is resistance up to 22.4716. Now then we can zoom in. Thanks for reminding me out there, and so you can see a lot better. We're going to look for that support level to hold at 20.98. So that $21 mark, round number to hang on to. Nice test and bounce off this 12-day moving average. And we can ease that stop on up underneath that 26-day moving average. Actually, we'll move it down. I would just a little bit beneath that previous low right there. On to BNB USD. That's Binance Coin. It is up 4.75%. Looking up at resistance at the 406.454 and support now as we can just barely wiggle that just a tad at 387.182. RSI still in good shape for Binance Coin, so it's got some wiggle room for the upside here. And let's move on to Chainlink. LINK, it's up 7% for today. Going to look at resistance at 26.97, so watch that $27 mark. And we are going to move, just barely bump that up. We have the wick of that candle and the body of that candle at the 25.575 for your support. On to Solana, SOLUSD. It's up 7.72%. And we are all the way up here. Where did we get that from? Let's zoom out. There it is. Right in that. Right on this pivot high back on June 9th. Back to these June prices. We like to see that, folks. Very strong climb up through here. Volume was a little bit lower on this particular name here. And we do have support for you there at the 42.2125. Resistance up at the 44.313. Moving on to Litecoin, LTC USD. Litecoin has awakened once again. Glad to see that. Got all the way up to that pivot indicated by that very thin gray line. 183.06 is the resistance for LTC. And we'll go to the 1 hour. We need to get a little tighter on that. There it is, right up there. Support at this 174.38. On to Ethereum Classic. A little bit sleepier than the others. Ethereum Classic ETC USD up 5.17%. Did not get up to past the resistance we had for you. Previously at 63.643, so we're still going to be watching that. And new support level right there, 60.642. On to MATIC, MATIC USD up 8.16%. Resistance 1.451. Support right up there at the 1.342. RSI in good shape. Still not overbought, but knocking on that door. On to Stellar, XLM USD. Stellar getting all the way up there. Trying to retest this resistance at the 0.3625er. And support now going to be, I would imagine, let's split that up right there. Almost got it. So look at that support to hold at the 0.3544. Moving on to Vechain, VET USD. Still got that resistance level trying to bust through that 0.1167. And support remains at the 0.1108. Vechain up 8.33%. On to FIL USD, it's up 3.97%. So a little bit lower than some of the other names. Still watching out for that resistance at the 73.3726. And support level came down to retest, as you see, right there to 70.692. So we consider that dialed in, folks. We're going to leave that for you. And let's move on to some of these small cap. IOTA, Internet of Things, came all the way up to try to break through that 1.1244 resistance. Did not, came back down. And we're going to retest that again, I imagine. And let's split it up to the 1 hour. Pop in there real quick. There it is. There's your support, 1.0631. RSI still underneath the overbought. On to Basic Attention Coin, BAT/USD. It is up 6.46%. Resistance all the way up at the 0.7759 and support right there at the 0.7350. You could move that stop loss if you're still in this bad boy, as we did hit the sales target for this trading plan, as you see right there in shaded red, which would have, you had two chances to exit. We're going to probably come down, go for some consolidation, and blast back off. Just watch that volume for all these names as we move on to ZIL, ZIL/USD. It's up 5.61%. A little toppier than some of the others. See these big long wicks in these candles. Lots of selling on the ride up. So we're looking at 0.1072 resistance, and your support level now 0.0998. On to NMR USD, it's up 6.42%. Resistance remains 42.527. Support remains at the 41.167. Move that stop loss up in between those moving averages, and you are good to go. On to STORJ USD, it's up 4.93% for the day. So far, early in the day, we're in at what, hour 4 UTC time. So we're looking at resistance for Storj at 1.229 and support still hold it up at the 1.18517. Wrapping up the small caps with NUUSD up 16.15%. Holy cow. Nice run up here for NU. You see we are currently, we're going to go ahead. There we go. We're testing this resistance right now as we stream this. If we could bust through there, then look up here to this previous high, then on to that pivot high. So resistance 0.3202. And support level to lean on, we have for you right there. Sitting right on that fib 50. Perfect touchdown at the 0.2796. That's why we do all these things, folks. It makes perfectly good sense. Got all the way up to this pivot high. That was the apex of this Fibonacci. Came down, bounced right off that 50. Got a little bit through the 0.68, 618, I should say, Fibonacci, and off we go again. Moving on to some of these DeFi tokens. USD, that's Uniswap. It's up 6.33%. Looking up there at that pivot high, the 30.420 for resistance. And let's see, we got support very close by. 1, 2, 3, 4 to lean on 29.601. On the chain link, LINK. Everything in the sixes here, down here in the DeFi world. Chain link looking up at the apex of that fib at the 27.090. Support remains at the 25.63. On to AAVE USD, it's up 6.67%. Got ourselves above the Fibonacci, so a little bit of an overshot there. Resistance 426.530 and support. Well, let's massage that one on up there at the 402.446. On to GRT USD, graph token up 4.04%. So the GRT is not quite going as some of the others. That's okay. We have resistance way up there at the 0.93149er. As the graph token was our mover of the day yesterday. And still looking at support at the, let's get into 1 hour here. I was thinking it was right in that region. Yeah, there it is. On those lows, 1, 2, and then look at there, we're just touching off that 12-day, 0.9009. And we could move that stop loss on up there. There we go. Back to the 4 hour, back to comp USD. It's up 5.07%. Going to be looking up at the 484.41 for resistance. And watch out that we can grab that rascal. We do have a support level very close by, 474.450. RSI dead center, so you are in good shape for comp. Looking on to MKR USD, up 11%. Got all the way up there to that pivot, so we'll set it right there at the 3652.08. And coming back down, you're going to look for support to hold at the 3439.243. On to MANA, MANA USDC. Let's see, we're testing that previous resistance right there off that wick, but we're going to look up at the 0.8474 for resistance, and your support level 0.82151. We're wrapping up here with some NFTs, looking at Theta. It's up 6.36%. I don't know how that stop loss got all the way up there. That was funny. On the climb up, look for 7.494 for resistance and lean on, if you need be, the 7.090 for support, and grab that just below that 26-day moving average on the cheese. CHC USD is up 2%. Had a good run yesterday, so it did not run up for today so far. So we're looking all the way up there at the 0.3858. And we have support on this little spinning top doji at the 0.3718. And we got you on the stop loss just underneath that 12-day. RSI is overbought. Volume is nice and heavy, above average here. So on to audio. Audio leading the way here at 13.09% up for the day. Looking all the way up at that 1.75 round number for resistance and the 1.546 for support. And we could set our stop loss just, I would put it under that previous close indicated by that thin yellow dashed line there. Let's move on to ENJB. USD up 6.43%. Resistance at the 1.681, I should say. And support 1.6135. Stop loss, you know the drill. Right there is where that goes. Head on over to ONE USD, that's Harmony 1. Resistance up there at the 0.0987. Support. Right on that. What is that? That 0.236 Fibonacci. Perfectly dialed in on that thing. On to some new additions to the watch list. We're going to look at SHIB, SHIB, USDT. This one's paired to Tether out there on KuCoin. We're going to look at support at the, where do we get that from? There it is. 50795, and resistance remains at the 50830, right there on that pivot high. Look at the ICP USD. It had a good run up there. Internet computing. Resistance $69 on the dot, and support, watch out for the 65.608 support level. RSI dead center onto AMP, USD. You see I jumped the gun here, tried to get a buy order in right up there, and going to be patiently waiting to get back into there. So we're just going to let that ride. I'm okay with that. Support still sitting down at the 0.0606 and resistance at the 0.0623. Wrapping her up here with CRO USD. If you're into crypto.com, that's their token. So we're looking at resistance there at the 0.1504. Support very well defined at the 0.1468. Head on into the crypto market caps. That's BTC.D. Bitcoin dominance has reduced somewhat, but it is above $1 trillion. It doesn't indicate that on, excuse me, TradingView, because they don't have the entire crypto market cap in here, but we're looking at 45.21%. Dominance down about 0.75%. Let's look at Ethereum. It is up 1.14% to 19.69. And the Doge getting on up there at 1.89%, so it's up 0.25%. Total crypto market cap is $1,929,000,000,000 according to TradingView, so it is officially above the 2 trillion mark again. And folks, guess what? That does it for me. Enjoy your Friday today, and be safe out there on Friday the 13th. I will see you soon. Have a great day.